So hopefully you've got that to hold on to.
Yeah, that is there for sure. One problem that oh, I'm sorry.
Oh no, go on.
One problem that both my wife and I experience with our folks is that when we bring up Bible topics to them that we find atrocious or absurd, genocide, Abraham willing to murder his son, and those types of things, the responses that they give us are so offensive to us that, under normal circumstances, we wouldn't tolerate hearing, anybody saying these type of things, trying to justify those type of things. Hearing, our most close loved ones defending that stuff is just terrible.
Yeah. I understand, but let me tell you, from like the other side of the coin, my mom in particular is a very, very liberal Christian, and she's perfectly okay with believing in Jesus and everything, but also thinking that as long as you are a decent human being, you don't get thrown into the flames after you die, right? But that's that just leaves me wondering, well, if the Christian religion is not really essential, Mom, to taking care of your afterlife, then why are you wasting your time on it? You know what I'm saying? I mean, that did not leave me in a better position as far as my view of the sanity of her position. It's nice that she's not a fire and brimstone fundamentalist, but it still doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Yeah.
Matt?
All our parents sort of lean a little more to the fundy side. Well, sorry, my wife and my parents.
Yeah, I went through a bit. We all lose some of our heroes at some point. It's almost a literary theme of your hero not living up to the idealistic image that you had, and a lot of it has to do, or usually I'd say it has to do with changes within you. One of the nice things about discovering that you are wrong or changing your mind about something is that it's bad in the sense that you're forced to look at your. Oh, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm there.
No, I had a weird noise. It's bad that you have to look at your old beliefs, your old heroes, in a new light and come to some realization that perhaps some of the things that you thought were good are not good. But it's good in the sense that now you have a view that is more in tune with reality, and you can find new heroes. For example, there was a member of my family who was one of the most intelligent people in the family. And wise, and even though I didn't get to spend a great deal of time with him growing up, he was not just intelligent and fairly wise. He was respected in the family. He was a missionary for a time being, and seemed to be the kind of person that the other Christians in the family would go to for spiritual advice and support in much the same way that you would a minister. And while he wasn't a hero of mine, I certainly had an idealistic image of him. When it came time, when it was discovered by my family that I no longer shared their beliefs and was actively, in their view, working for Satan, he and I had a conversation. And here's, a college-educated physician and missionary, and the arguments that he presented were just laughable. I mean, right off the bat, it was Pascal's wager. And that was, I think, more shattering than anything, because I had this expectation that when I have this conversation with him, this is going to be it. This is going to be the one that, talking to my parents or grandparents or anybody else, other family members, not going to be that big a deal, because they haven't spent as much time studying this and they're not as familiar with the arguments. And I would expect Pascal's wager and circular arguments and glaring logical fallacies from them, and that's what I get. But I didn't expect it from him. And when that happened, there was a real sense of illusions crumbling about the status of a mind that I had, at a minimum, respected, although perhaps not looked at as a hero. Fortunately, I have a bunch of other heroes. Some of them I've been fortunate enough to count among my friends, or at least associates, And they're people that I respect not only for their intelligence, but also for their wisdom, the application of that intelligence to reality. And, I think my relationship with my family, it'll never be the same again. The best we can hope for is some new normal. I think you just got to keep looking forward and find the new heroes and realize that the people that you idolized, the reasons that you idolized them are what changed, not the individual.
Right.
And their intent, as Jeff pointed out, their good intentions, while they may be misguided, and it may be the case of good intentions that are actually doing, clear evil, I think that the best you can do is hope that they have a similar change, even though it may be incredibly unlikely.
Yeah, it seems unlikely in a lot of cases, at least in the older generation.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat there.
Are you in the market for new heroes?
Well, I mean, I do have heroes of my own, but for sure, I mean, I'm always open.
I can recommend.
It's more a matter. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah,
I can recommend the celebatheists.com website, which is a nice collection of information on a lot of people in science and entertainment and throughout history who have been atheists, that you can look around through and say, oh, this guy whose work I have already appreciated, why, he's also an atheist. Isn't that great?
Yeah, that's great. Well, thanks.
You're welcome.
And also
for
I'll give a quick shout out. There's a bunch of bad information on YouTube, but there's also a bunch of good information on YouTube. One of the individuals that I might count him amongst my heroes, or at least people that I admire for the work they're doing. Look for Aaron Ra on YouTube.
Oh yeah, I love him.
Yeah, and he's in Texas, and I'd love to get him on the show, and I'm pretty sure that just saying that might already come close to making it a done deal. We kind of traded a quick exchange on my Facebook page, so we'll see about that. But and there's a lot of other people out there that are doing really good work, and it's while we tend to get a lot of backlash from fundamentalists that were being hateful or whatever. I don't find that remotely true, and I find that a lot of those people just don't understand. Their worldview is so perverted by their religious beliefs, and for the same reason that we can no longer idolize them, they cannot possibly understand why we might idolize others that are similar to us.
Right. I'm trying to do my part on YouTube as well.
Great.
As best I can.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, Joe. Appreciate the call.
Thank you.
Yeah, there's a bunch out there. There's also a bunch of nonsense, and we've talked about quite a bit of that before.
Yeah.
And I get emails on a regular basis about things like Zeitgeist or Charya S and the various conspiracy theory nonsense that seems to pervade. There's no guarantee that just because somebody's an atheist that they're going to be rational or skeptical.
Correct. Bill Maher.
Yeah. And there's no guarantee that just because somebody's an atheist, they're going to be able to recognize that someone is not rational or skeptical, like the Atheist Alliance International, who gave Bill Maher the Richard Dawkins Award. But I don't want to hack on that all year. We've got David in Sarasota, Florida, who is rational and skeptical.
Is he? David?
How did you know that?
I know because we exchanged an email.
That's right. Thanks for taking my call. Yeah.
You have something to promote real quick, don't you?
Yeah, I sure do. Just want to let you. I'm sorry, I'm hearing some background there. Just want to let you know about the Suncoast Skeptics, a new rational critical thinking group in the Sarasota area, but we're going to try to move beyond that if we get enough play. And the meetup site is meetup.com/SuncoastSkeptics.
Okay, your audio is breaking up. I don't know what's up with the call, but it's meetup.com/SuncoastSkeptics, correct?
That's right. Our first event is January 8th.
All right, January 8th. So if you're watching in the Sarasota, Florida area, and you've been looking for a group that includes skeptics, atheists, rational-minded people to spend some time with, January 8th, you can find out more information at their meetup group site. Thanks, David.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it.